Today marks 24 years, if you can believe it, since the World Trade Center attack. And each year, the City Center in downtown Fort Worth honors the lives lost on September 11th with a powerful event that brings people together, first responders and the community. So this Saturday, the annual 9/11 Memorial Tower Climb returns, and it's the fourth year. And here to tell us more are Valerie Farrell from City Center and Craig Troject with the Fort Worth Fire Department. Welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I want to make it clear, it was stated earlier in the show, it's a run, it's not a run, it's actually a climb.
Correct.
Can you tell us more about that?
Sure, absolutely. So the climb is incredible because we have local first responders that come out and climb the 110 flights of stairs to mimic the World Trade Center. And they all climb carrying a name badge for a fallen first responder from 9/11. And once they complete the climb, then they put a magnetic name for that person that they climbed for on the memory board and signaling that they've completed the climb for the fallen first responder.
That is remarkable. You said 111?
110 flights of stairs.
110 flights of stairs. And if that wasn't difficult enough, also, I would like you to kind of describe for us, Craig, about the gear that you brought, because that's a big part of what we're doing for this event. Tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're trying to replicate what our brothers went through on that day 24 years ago. And so when we go to any type of fire, automatic alarm, in any type of high-rise building, we have all of our gear and stuff that we're wearing. So I brought some of that today. We've got our bunker pants, helmet, and air pack.
These are I honestly, literally, and I'm not playing, kids, I can barely even lift this. And I think that I'm glad that you do that because it does provide a reminder of what they went through under those really dire circumstances.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So yeah, this stuff weighs probably, depending on, different tactics and stuff that we're used to going inside of a high-rise building before, but between 60 and 80 pounds just for the gear, not to mention any other kind of other equipment that we're going to take with us, whether it be irons, extra hose, and all that kind of stuff. So we are really trying to replicate what it actually feels like when we're going on those types of calls.
Well, and this is now the fourth year that you've done this particular event. So can you tell us what's going to be new or different about this event than previous events?
So at this event, we're going to have a large 20 by 20 quilt, and from a distance, the quilt looks like an American flag. But when you get up close, you'll see that there's photos that make up the quilt, and the photos are about 2,700 of the 2,977 victims, including the first responders. It's really a beautiful tribute to all of those victims from 9/11. We also have the CIRT dogs from the Fort Worth PD department. They'll be on site, and we'll have some other interactive activities for children on site, really to help make it a community event so they can get to know our first responders and interact with our first responders, but then also to witness the heroism, in the memory of those from 9/11 with our current responders.
Well, you mentioned before, Craig, that this is something, this type of gear in responding to these dire circumstances is something that a firefighter faces every single day. Is there any specific training that goes into preparing for this particular event?
Yeah, I think some of the stuff is, we try to stay in physical shape throughout the year no matter what's going on. So that's kind of already there automatically with just the line of work that we're into. But coming up to some of these events, you will find firefighters that are going out there and they're training just to make that climb.
And we just saw an image before to show kind of how we're talking about how tall this building is and how exhausting these stairs must be for these firefighters. But the purposes behind that and what you're able to do to preserve this memory, it's shocking that 24 years have elapsed. And it is so important that we don't forget. Right. We were attacked, and it was these first responders that were our first source to help us get to safety. It's remarkable. So, but this is not just an event for first responders. Families, community members, they can also come and participate as well.
Absolutely. We have different activities at street level that the families can participate in while the climbers are climbing. They can also watch the climbers, their loved ones or whomever climbing on a big LED wall and, while they're climbing. And we'll have free ice cream to hand out from a local ice
And they're
cream
going to
shop.
be needed. Tell
Yes.
us where we can get all the information and the details.
City Center Fort Worth on our website, citycenterfw.com is the best place to go to get all the information.
Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you
Absolutely.
for helping us never, ever forget. We appreciate it.